Welcome to Billiard Breakdown. My name is Mike, and today we're going to be watching an interview with Bustamante. The interview is done in Red Dragon Billiards in Boston, Massachusetts by my friend Roy, and his YouTube channel is All Things Pool New England. Make sure you go check them out. The link will be in the description. Let's get started with the interview.
Are there many grown-ups or any question? Michael, you have any questions?
He basically sleep.
I got to think.
He's going to have a rematch. He's going to have a rematch with you. Speak.
So Roy just asked me if I had any questions, and Bustamante made a joke that I missed on the 8-ball on him, so I'm still thinking about that, which is true.
Bustamante, what do you think was your best match you ever played?
The best match I never play when I play Earl Strickland. That's 2002.
What was the race to? Do you remember?
Oh, race to 15, I got him. Race to 17, I got him 15 to 13.
Wow.
And I break, I scratch. After that, never shoot no more. Yeah, never shoot no more.
So I actually watched this match pretty recently. I believe Earl Strickland beat Bustamante 17-15, and after Earl Strickland won, he got up on the table and stood on it and celebrated.
Never forget until now.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who would you say your toughest opponent was? The toughest
Now,
person
before
you ever...
Bustamante gets into who his toughest opponent was, I will say that it is extremely humble of him to say one of the best games he's played is a match that he's lost. So that just speaks volumes about his personality.
face?
Here in America, back 90s, all tough. I mean, Johnny Archer is the top.
Yep.
I never beat him.
Johnny
He
Archer.
beat me every time I draw him in the tournament. And he plays so good, so well.
Now, the last time I saw you, you were here with Alex Pagulayan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do you, now since Alex is not here, I can ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you rate Alex as an opponent?
He's a nice guy, but when you play him, he's a nice, but he talk too much too. And yeah, that's why I always say, oh, shut up.
See you, any questions? You two
Alex
questions.
does talk a lot of smack, and Bustamante was telling me some stories where he would travel around with Alex, and it's always a fun time, to say the least.
Sorry. All right, speak up because this doesn't amplify.
One question is, Efren Reyes, right? Did you learn your banking and kicking abilities from him, or did he learn it from you?
No, in the Philippines, we learn ourselves. All we did, we watch the good player, what they do, and then we practice ourselves. Because in Philippines, that time is no coaching, nobody teach him. Only the good player, they can, if you ask them, and then they teach you. And that's good. You learn by yourself. And about bank, I just learned the bank, how to bank good in Kentucky. Because I played 5 times this bank shot, I never win. And I watched them what they did, and then when I watched the formula, and then I practiced by myself, and then I did it, I win.
And then I have another question.
So there are stories about Efren Reyes, and I'm sure it's a similar situation with Francisco, where Efren would basically live on a pool table. There are stories of Efren just simply sleeping at that pool table, waking up, practicing. And, the Philippines is somewhat of a poorer country where they have less access to maybe professional lessons or less resources to afford professional lessons. And the game of pool is a livelihood for many of the players that are there, which is why the Philippines probably has the highest concentration of just solid pool players of any country.
what is like your aiming system for like banks? How do you?
It depends with position. You know, sometimes some position is all different. But if you put English, you're gonna little bit thicker with the object ball. Not exactly. For example, this one, I'll show you. Here you have this one, and this is the position. So you're gonna put right English, right? So you're gonna put thicker. Because when you look straight and then you put English, it's gonna be here. You hit here. So you're gonna be thicker and then you put like a right English. Like that. Always thicker when you put English, little bit thicker in the object ball.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, nice. Okay, so when I play you, I feel intimidated. Do you feel intimidated by any player that you play these days?
Anybody, in the beginning, we feel all like that. Sometimes
Okay.
we don't know what to do, you know, but if we play few games and then everything is fine.
Okay.
So, everybody is like that. Any player.
Anyone? All right.
Yeah, anyone, yeah. It's only in the beginning. But if you play a few games and then everything is fine.
Cool. Thank you.
And relax, that's very important. And always relax.
Okay.
So, everybody is like that. Any player.
Anyone? All right.
Yeah, anyone, yeah. It's only in the beginning. But if you play a few games and then everything is fine.
Cool. Thank you.
And relax, that's very important. Always relax.
Okay. So that was me asking Bustamante if he feels intimidated when he plays anyone. And to my surprise, he actually says he feels that against every player he plays, but just initially. And then after a few games are in, then he relaxes and he shoots like his regular self. Now, when I was playing Bustamante, my hands were shaking. I couldn't keep my hands still. And the more I tried, the more they shook. So I don't even really know how I won a couple games because my hands were all over the place and my heart was beating quick. And it was just pretty difficult to shoot straight and maintain focus. Now earlier, Bustamante did mention that when you aim at any object ball, when you're adding English, whether it's left or right, bottom, top, you do have to adjust your aim and hit it thicker. That's because the spin on the cue ball will throw that cue ball a little to the left or right depending on how you're shooting.
I have never seen you or Efren play with a jump cue.
Because in Philippines, we play rotation, 60 points. And jump cue is not allowed that time. And when I play here in US 1992, we don't play jump cue. We play jump cue with own cue, long cue,
So full cue jump.
full cue jump. And
Okay.
yes sir, yeah. And then it's coming the jump cue. They allowed everything. That's why.
Do you ever use full cue jump?
No,
No, okay. Me either.
only
Because
kick,
I can't.
only kick shot because we learn how to kick the ball.
So I have a question. So since I jumped the ball on you, did I cheat?
No.
That's what Strickland say. Cheating the game. I never say nothing. Strickland is the one. You cheating the game because you have a cue. I lose 50,000. You can believe here, Pong Pang Chow. We play challenge of champion. He got me. I was so sick 1 week. I was sick 1 week. That's the true story. I play him in Connecticut. In Buhegan, sir. I play Pong Pang Chow. That's the position. I play shape. The seven, he was here. So I play shape. I put there the 7 ball, and that the position.
Okay.
So he jumped that, make it free caution, cue ball here.
Nice.
So I lost.
Wow. All right.
Is that with a jump cue or a full cue?
Jump cue.
Jump cue.
He got tip like that.
Yeah.
He never miss it.
Like what?
He got jump kill, the tip is like that.
Strickland?
Yeah, no, Kung Pang Chow.
Oh, that's
I
hilarious.
never forget until now, until I die, I never forget that.
Yeah, he has always been upset on that because
So-
it's a
I've never actually seen a jump cue with a tip that's like this large, but if that exists, that's insane. And doing a full cue length jump shot compared to a cue that's meant for jumping, like a shorter cue, is so much more difficult. So that's why in the Philippines, everyone is so much better at kicking. And even in that game, Bustamante mentioned that he played with Earl Strickland back in 2002. Bustamante actually did jump the ball maybe 2 or 3 times successfully.
winner kicks off.
Ah,
So they were in the final.
Okay.
50,000, 20 something years ago.
In
was
the
a lot of
final,
money.
for one game, 50,000.
wow.
Take it or lose.
Who would you say is your top 5 as far as the best players
Here in United States,
worldwide?
right now,
Mhm.
oh, everybody play good. I don't care now, you know. Back 90s, I mean, it's all the player here in America, they all good. Like Mike Seager, Nick Barner, Jim Rempe, Art Strickland, everybody good. But now, I don't care. I think the top player now is Pedro Gors and Shane. Shane, is the greatest. He's good. Very good player.
It's very humble of you not to mention yourself and Efren.
Well, you know, I don't mention myself because I can play no more. It's not used to be. But if I'm the same age, of course, I gotta mention I'm the best.
So Bustamante just mentioned that when he was younger, he would play like he thought he was the best, and that mentality really does show in any of his matches that you watch. He's a very aggressive and consistent player, and it shows through his game as well as his mentality.
I have one question. So,
Speak up, it doesn't amplify, so,
okay.
no, leave it on.
Okay. I saw you can control the cue ball very smartly. I mean, make every ball to be the position where you want to be.
Yes.
Could you give more tips for the kids? How big?
Because this is the why I learned the cue ball. Because when I was young, I played carom, 3 caution. So when you play carom and then you know exactly what's going on in your cue ball. So that's why I wanna give tip with them when they practice. They play like bowling after the break. They can learn about the break. They can learn about the cue ball, and they can learn about to run out the balls. That's a very important, yeah.
Okay. So they need to.
Yeah, so Francisco mentions playing carom billiards, and for those of you who do not know what carom billiards is, it's a pool table without any pockets. So no corner pockets, no side pockets, it's just a table with all rails. In carom billiards, there are 3 balls on the table, and your objective is basically to shoot one ball into an object ball and have the ball that you just shot bounce, bank, kick into multiple rails into that third object ball. It's kind of difficult to describe, but feel free to just look it up. It's a whole different game. And it does speak to why Bustamante and many other Filipino pool players are so good at kicking, is because they also play carom billiards.
And what the cue ball, when the cue ball hit the target ball,
Yes, I
and
do.
then where the ball is going,
It's
and how powerful you could be control.
well, it depends. Sometimes when you put a lot of English, you don't have to hit too much. When it's regular, you play only normal, and then you gotta play a little bit harder.
The kids will be struggle if they miss the position. They
Yeah.
will be struggle to hit the next ball.
It's very hard, because I have so much experience in my life. So
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing. If they play longer, they know what to do.
Okay.
But in the beginning, right now, all I can say is just keep practicing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We have some potential here though, I think, for instance.
Yeah, and they all good stroke.
I-
I watch them good stroke. The reason I miss the ball because I want them to run up. But this young boy here,
So the guy was asking Bustamante about tips on how to control the cue ball, and basically Bustamante is having trouble describing his genius because he's played so long, he's practiced for so long since he was so young that all of this comes pretty natural to him, and it's probably difficult for him to accurately describe.
Still have to practice and do drills.
yes. That's very important. Draw, stand shot, and stop the cue ball and follow.
Yes.
And then about the training, break the ball, after that ball in hand. So it's good practice. Until now, I still practice that.
Yes.
And I will comment that Francisco did recommend that the drill that the kids play is to break the balls, get ball in hand, just give yourself ball in hand, and then try to run them out. And that's actually what I usually do for my practice. I've never actually lined up balls on the rail and tried to just shoot it 10 times in a row or place any ball in a consistent position over and over again and just continuously try to make it. I think the randomization of just having that break and then ball in hand and trying to run out is a lot more practical of a drill to consistently do, because you're actually trying to run out with realistic scenarios.
Speak up, it doesn't amplify, so please request.
So, Mr. Bustamante, thank you very much for your time today. I have one question to other parents. We are nervous when we watch our kids during the game. So, do you have any tips for them, like when they miss any of the shoot, how to adjust their emotionally, calm down, come back quickly
For the parents or the kids?
for the kids?
Because I make the parents leave the room.
Yeah. No, this is I got this experience before when I was 12 years old. When I missed the shot, because I'm so nervous, right? So what I did, if I miss it, I practice by myself. Keep practicing this shot, why I missed this shot, and next time they will know the mistake, what's happened, Only everything is practice. It is nothing impossible if your game is all in your heart.
Thank you very much. Thank
You
you.
want-
That's very well said.
Your game is all in your heart. Wise words from Francisco.
Anybody else have questions?
I got one more.
Yeah.
The 8 ball you missed, right?
Yeah, I missed the 8 ball. And actually, the question is about that. So the advice you just gave him about nervousness, I don't know if you could tell, but when I was on that 8 ball, I was shaking.
We all knew. We knew.
My hands were shaking.
Everybody do that, me too, until now. What I did, I just drink water, take a little bit rest before I shoot
Okay,
the ball.
so I should have got up, drank something, and then went back.
Or take a breath, and don't think too much, because when you think too much, that's gonna be happen. You're gonna miss
Okay.
the ball. All you have to do, if you see the shot, just go for it.
Like my bridge hand was shaking, this hand was shaking, my heart was going crazy.
Yeah,
And then-
that's
then
why
I
I
missed.
say you're gonna take time.
Yeah.
Just time out, I
Alright.
mean, everybody is like that. Not
Thank you.
only you.
Thank you very much. So Bustamante offered me some great advice for just relaxing and taking my time and kind of taking a breather, maybe a sip of water before I shoot any high pressure shot. Just and to also just focus on my stroke and following through, just so I don't miss, and so I can avoid any mishit.
Effie, you have a question?
Is there a point where you start visualizing what you were shooting better? Like I still look at the triangles and how, but it seems like you immediately see your shot and the next shot. Did that kind of just click, or does that just practice too, or?
Why? This is good practice too. When I start, I shoot every ball. I shoot every ball, yeah. And then it's like I can explain exactly, but like you're saying, it's better when you practice shoot every ball, and then you learn how to control your
You
cue
just
ball.
start seeing it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the best way to shoot every ball is to have a completely random spread, such as a break, and then getting ball in hand, and then proceeding to shoot whatever object balls that you may want to try to practice.
I can explain better in Tagalog if you understand my
Eric, where are you? There you go.
I have one more question for you.
Yes,
So,
sir.
you mentioned your age and you thought that, you said you're done, you're just going to do exhibitions. What about the game has changed for you? Is it your eyesight, your back? Is there anything?
No, my change to me is the eyes, that's number one, and then my shoulder is little bit shaking too,
Okay.
and that's the big, like back 90s, I had no pain, don't,
Yeah.
it's
You looked
nothing
okay
at
to
all.
me. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
looked
now
okay.
eyes and then the timing,
Yeah.
but I still can shoot
Do you
good.
think that if you started practicing for an event like you did in the 90s that you could?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I might win.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I think you can.
I mean, because when I was a teenager, I don't scare to nobody. I just play my best game. I don't care who you are. That's my mentality that time.
Respect everybody, fear no one, right?
I play too many good players, never respect the game. I just play by myself.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well,
So Bustamante, even with poor eyesight as well as a shoulder that occasionally shakes or maybe has some pain, with some practice, can still hang with the best of them.
So I think we have enough time for Michael to have a rematch. One rack.
All right, so I ended up playing Bustamante a couple more times, and I will release those games later on. But for now, I hope you enjoyed Francisco Bustamante's interview. Don't forget to like and subscribe.